And it takes, and for some reason, it just conks out on me pretty consistently, but I'm going to give it one more go and then we'll just get started. So you guys are going to need your weights, just your regular dumbbells. And for the stretching portion of class, Anne, are you going to stay for stretching? Anne, are you going to stay for stretching?
Sorry, I muted myself.
Oh.
Yes, I am. Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. All right. All right. Because Jean is going to knock off because she's got plumbers coming to her house. So I just want to make sure that I won't be by myself. If I am, but at least I know. All right, this is not kind of loading up. It's taking some time. So we are going to get started. For the stretching portion of class, if you want to grab a strap, we'll use that to do a little IT band stretch and a little hamstring stretch. So you want to just grab it so you've got it nearby. That'd be really great. All right, so let's get started. We are going to, great, okay. All right, guys, we are going to get started with some a little jog to get us nice and warmed up. Today, we're going to be taking it nice and steady. I like Wednesdays to be a bit more functional movement orientated, so not really a lot of cardio in today's class. We're going to be focusing more on strength movements. We would probably be doing more or less on our daily lives. And I mean, they're movements we do in our workouts all the time, but we're going to be taking a little bit of time today. We're not rushing through them. So we're going to do 45 seconds on, 15-second recoveries. We're going to try and get through the rounds 2 times, and then we're going to come right down into our stretches, wherever that lands us, and then we'll do the rest of the time for stretching. So let's go ahead and come into a small jog. You can always just march it out. There's no stress. You choose what works best for you. I'm going to be just here for about a minute. And I just want us to just take this as an opportunity to soften our body, lightly jog, find a little breath here. This shouldn't feel heavy at all. My computer is still trying to load up. That computer is 10 years old, and it's really interesting because it's very, very temperamental. It works sometimes and not other times. And today is a day it is not working. All right, nice job. So let's just continue here. We've got another 20 more seconds. And we're going to do a little bit of movement today and some dynamic stretching. So kind of moving slowly, but with the idea of stretching out the body. So when we land, in about 5 seconds, we're going to land our feet. We're going to take our right foot out into a lunge. In 3, 2, 1, land your feet, take your right foot forward, lunge it out. Now with this idea of stretching out that hip, and then come back in through center, lunge out the other leg, and stretch it out. Come back through center. Let's repeat that one more time. So a little bit of dynamic movement here. Come back through center, do the other leg. Great, come back through center and let's jog it out a little faster this time. Picking up that tempo just a bit. In yesterday's yoga class, we practiced Brahmacharya, which is the 4th yama and the niyamas and yamas, which if you're not familiar with them, don't worry about it, but they're kind of like the guidelines to yoga. And in Brahmacharya, we talk about self-regulation, self-control, moderation. I may have said this on Monday, but I don't recall. I want you to think about that today. Finding your edge and just kind of going to about that space and not beyond. So maybe make some decisions on the weights you're going to choose today. And I'm feeling that effort, feeling challenged by it, but not forcing it. I had to practice Brahmacharya when I went running yesterday. It's the first time I'd ran in several months. And I started off really heavy and hard. And about halfway through, I started to feel myself not feeling great. I'm like, you know what? This is too hard. This is not too hard, too heavy right now. I had to hold back. I had to elicit a little bit of self-control. And I was better for it because I was able to continue my run without wanting to stop. And those are big decisions we make for ourselves. Those are brave decisions. So I want you to think about that today in our practice. All right, let's land our feet in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Land your feet, fantastic. All right, let's go into some squats here. Feet hip distance apart, bending and extending. Hopefully you're feeling a little warmer, feeling a little bit more of that heat building, also a little transition of the breath. Good. Excellent. Got another 20 seconds here. We're going to take it out to a side lunge. We're going to do some dynamic movement in side lunges. We're going to basically be moving and flowing from one side to the other, giving the inner thighs a little stretch, a little warming up. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, take one step out, lean it in, back through center, over to the other side. So just find a little flow here. Maybe you have to adjust your stance. Maybe you need to go in a little wider. As you're going into these side lunges, you're thinking length. We're thinking elongation, dynamically moving the body. Stay nice and tall through the upper body. Kicking the bum out, so you're hinging from those hips. Nice, keep going. That's it. All right, 10 more seconds. We're gonna meet back in center. We're gonna go into some sumos. Good, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come back through center, legs externally rotate, bend in through the knees, deepen into that squat, hold it here, and then energize up and down and up and down and up. Keep your pelvis neutral, making sure you're not arching to low back, but you're really energizing through your legs, engaging in those inner thighs as you lengthen. And as you're lengthening, you're also thinking about pulling up through the quad. So you're nice and engaged through that quadricep. Nice job. 10 more seconds left. We're gonna come down into a hold. Good, in 5, 4. We're gonna come down to a sumo hold in 3, 2, 1. Down, open wide, open your palms, drop your shoulders. Cactus your arms here. Keep that inner thigh nice and open, knees tracking with the toes. Open up the arms, open up the chest, pull in the belly, tilt over, and then pull back through center, tilt over, pull back through center, keep going, tilt and pull. Take your time. Think about lengthening the side of the body as you tilt, and then engaging the obliques as you pull yourself through center. Nice job. 10 more seconds. Beautiful. We're going to come back into our hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center. Extend the arms, deepen into that squat and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Hold on here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. Shake out the legs. Nice job. All right, let's just give our arms a little bit of warming up too. Extend the arms out to a strong T. We're gonna start some arm circles here. Start in one direction. We'll do about 30 seconds in one direction, 30 in the other. Try to soften through the shoulders. Keep the shoulder blades depressed down. Finding a small to medium-sized circle. Nice energy through the arms here. Great job, everyone. Keep that breath nice and fluid. Wonderful. Great. In 5 seconds, we're going to reverse our circle, other direction. So try to feel that whole rotation. All right, and reverse, other direction. Working through the shoulder girdle here, circumducting, working through the whole joint and all that different range that our shoulder girdle has. 15 seconds left, getting it warmed up. 10, almost there. Beautiful breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest the arms and shake it out. Fantastic, guys. Well done. Hopefully your body's feeling a little more prepped, a little bit more ready for our next set. So we're going to be doing some front lunges with some dumbbell weights, weight lifts. So as we're going to come into our front lunge, we're going to be lifting our weights and then back through center and then alternating sides. 45 seconds, and then we'll switch over to the next exercise, which is going to be a standing dumbbell scaption. So grab your weights. Now you can do 2 lighter weights, or you could do 1 heavier weight, entirely up to you. You choose. Starting at the base of your mat, roll the shoulder blades back. We're going to take a step forward, back through center, take a step forward, alternating legs. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. I like Wednesday's workouts to be like we're simmering on a pot. We don't quite boil over during this whole workout, but we stay nice and warm the whole time. So keeping that body moving. We'll take our 15-second recoveries as an opportunity to readjust, grab some water, and then we'll get right back into the next one. 10 seconds left, we're almost there. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Go ahead, come back through center, grab your water. Now next we're gonna be doing a 45-degree scaption. It's gonna work the lats. We're gonna bring our arm out to a 45-degree angle. We're gonna be doing single arm, single leg. So grab your weights. We're gonna start off with our right arm, left leg lifted. Arm is externally rotated, and we lift and back through center. So my arm, I'm holding my weight like a coffee cup, and I'm bringing my arm into like an angled. So if I kind of look at it from my peripheral vision, I could see it kind of coming out to the side here. This is working the lats. Of course, we're working the shoulder and the deltoid. Good, we're about 30 in, 15 to go. And of course, we're working balance because we've got 1 leg lifted. Beautiful, 5 seconds left. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, beautiful. Shake that arm out. We're gonna go on to the other side. You're gonna wanna weigh into that left side. Right leg's gonna be lifted. If your balance is feeling off, try not to hook on, but rather keep your toes down on the ground. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Try to find a nice fluid breathing pattern here. So just thinking about a nice exhale as you lift, inhale as you come back. Beautiful. Good, 15 seconds left. Now, of course, we're always looking to maintain a nice neutral posture. We're not arching through the low back. We're not locking into the knee or kicking into one side. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rest. Fantastic. Excellent. All right. Well done. Next one, we're going to be going into a side squat with reach. So we're going to come into kind of a long lunge. We're going to reach down and we're going to come back up. Reach down and come back up. Now, if that doesn't work for you, the up and down, feel free to come down and go into some rows instead, if that feels better. All right. So let's go ahead, grab our weights. We're going to take our feet back in through center, take a step out, reach, and then back in through center. Okay. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Now, if the back and forth doesn't work, stay in that isometric hold. Stay in that kind of side lunge with that row so that you're not coming up and down. You choose. Keep your back on. So your back is nice and supported by the core. You're coming back in through center by pushing off that leading leg. Nice job. A nice reach down. Good. 10 seconds left. Beautiful. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Awesome. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. Beautiful. Think about reaching down to grab something off the floor. All right. 3, 2, 1. Step it out. Reach back through center. Finding moderation in what we're doing. So that means maybe having to modify your weights, maybe have to modify your speed, maybe have to just bring some awareness to the breathing. Anytime we can add a component of wellness and mindfulness to our movements, we are adding that added benefit of being present. I love that. 10 seconds left. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Rest. Fantastic. All right. Next one, we're going to be going into a front raise to a fly. We're going to be doing this in a bent over position. So feet are going to be hip distance apart, hinge from the hips, bend in from the knees. We're going to go into a front raise, down, and then into a fly. Front raise, down, and into a fly. This time the flies are coming into a strong T rather than an upside down V. Hinge from the hips, bend in from the knees, lengthen the back. Here we go. Front raise, down, fly. I'm going to come off my mat a little. So I am notorious for really forcing in through my upper traps here. A common postural challenge that I have, and other people have too. So I want you just to notice if you start to strain through the upper body, maybe even feel a little tension through the neck. Try to find a little softness there. Try to find a nice rhythm. Good, 10 seconds left. We certainly are working the upper traps here. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic, well done, excellent. But we don't want to be too dominant with that. All right, great job, guys. Next, we've got some hammer curls. We're going to be doing alternating hammer curls. So maybe you want to go up on resistance on these. Sometimes we have a little bit more room when we have those alternating options because we get a little bit of rest and recovery. So maybe you want to go up a little bit on weight. All right, we are going to do a single leg again. So bring that left foot up, rest that right foot down, and begin your alternating. So I'm holding my weights like a coffee cup, alternating sides. Halfway, we'll switch legs. Nice job. Beautiful. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down and switch other side. Keep going. Wonderful. 15 seconds left here. Try to keep your knee from coming in. Try not to hook. Good. 10 seconds left. Fantastic. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest your arms down on the floor. Fantastic. Not your arms, the weights. All right, next we're gonna come down onto the floor. We're gonna come into all fours. So let's make our way down. Now, if you've got wrist issues and being in an all fours position does not work for you, there are a couple of options here. Option number 1 is if you do wanna come down onto the floor, you can raise your body up by placing your hands above and on top of a yoga block, which will raise the body and put a little less weight on the wrists. The other option is to do the standing. If you're doing the glute kickback standing, you're gonna stand up and you're just gonna kick your glutes back in a standing position. So that's option number 2, okay? All right, let's come down. If you are coming down to all fours, come on down with me. Hands are shoulder distance apart, feet are hip distance apart. We're gonna kickstand our right leg back, lift it, bending from the knee, and then we're gonna start some pulses. Flexing through the heel, keep your hip bones down on the ground. Now halfway, we're gonna extend our leg and do our glute kickbacks from an extended position. Try to keep your abs pulled in, so you've got some good engagement there. So that will protect the low back from wanting to kind of arch in. All right, we got about 8 seconds left, and we're gonna extend our leg. In 4, 3, 2, 1, and extend the leg, flexing through the heel and start to pulse. Now you want to focus on that crease point between the glute and where the femur joins. So where the base of the glute and the leg connect. I want you to focus on pulsing from that space. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest your knee, give your glutes and your back a little stretch. And then we're gonna come right back into all fours one more time for the other side. Here we go, in 3, 2, 1. Come back into all fours, extend your left leg, lift it up, bend your knee, flex your heel, and start your pulses. Here we go. Here you wanna try to keep your arms weighted equally. We're not leaning to one side. Try to keep your head pulled up. You're not cocking your head down towards the ground. All right, great job. We're gonna bring our leg into an extended position in 3, 2, 1. Extend the leg, flex the heel. Here we go. Beautiful. Excellent. Keep going. Remember, we're hinging, if you will, or pulsing from that point where our glute and our femur join. We're done in 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Awesome. Give yourself a little low back stretch and a little glute stretch. Wonderful. Now let's make our way into a kneeling position. We're going to grab a weight. We're going to do a tricep overhead extension. So in a kneeling position, hips are, or knees are hip distance apart. Arms are going to extend out overhead. Elbows are going to tuck in. Ribs are down, abs are pulled in, and we're going to kick it back. Here we go. Doing this in a kneeling position is a nice challenge to the core and the glutes. They act as stabilizers so that we're nice and long and supported through the trunk. Good. Keep going. Beautiful. Last 15 seconds. We're almost there. Last 10 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. Set those weights off to the side. Well done, guys. Beautiful. All right, let's come into a seated position. We're going to start with some Russian twists. Now, we're going to work the obliques by going into those rotations. You can do this with a weight. You can do this just with your body weight rather than a weight in your hand. I will take a weight today. However, if you don't want to, that's also fine. I'm going to keep my feet down on the ground so I can really focus on just making these nice rotations without feeling like I have to really balance out here. So if you are comfortable lifting your feet, feel free to do that. Lift your spine, knees are tracking with your hips and your ankles. And then from here, lean back. You're going to lean back right past your sacrum, engage to the core, and then start your rotations. Now remember, rotations, shoulders are not rotating. They're kind of following suit with how your trunk is rotating here. Your knees are not shifting one side to the other. Taking a nice steady pace here today. Remember, steady, steady, steady. That's really kind of, I should call this class the steady circuit. Good, 20 seconds. 15. It's almost like a chance to reset a little bit. And just bring some awareness. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. Go ahead and set that weight to the side. We're going to come onto our back. We're going to bring our knees up to a 90-degree angle. We're going to arch into the low back. 20 seconds of regular crunches, and then we're going to invite a little cocoon. So as we come into a reverse crunch, we're going to bring our upper body to meet our knees. First, we're going to start off just with our upper body. So make that arch, that natural arch in the low back, and start to lift and lower. Now, if this just doesn't feel great on your hip flexors, you are absolutely always welcome to rest your feet down on the floor. This is just going to add a little challenge. All right, let's get ready. We're going to go into our cocoons in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to lift, bring our knees to meet our forehead, and then back to neutral. Lift and back to neutral. Keep your chin from tucking in totally into the chest. So I'm pulling up from my low abdominals as I bring my knees in towards my forehead, taking my time to make this movement happen, not rushing it. Good. In 3, 2, and 1, rest your feet down. Keep your hands behind your head. Wonderful. Next, we're going to be going into our oblique crisscross. We're going to keep our feet down for about 20 seconds, and then 25 seconds, we're going to bring it into a full bicycle. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rotate back through center, alternate sides, keeping your pelvis from shifting over. Big exhales. Keep that breath really at the forefront of your awareness. Nice job. Good. We're going to bring our legs up in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Full bicycle. Again, steady. You can always pick it up. I'm not going to slow you down. We've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest. Fantastic. Well done, guys. Great job. All right. That was circuit number 1. We're going to go through circuit number 2. We're going to get right into it so that we can finish on time with enough time to get a nice good stretch in. So let's bring ourselves up to standing. Take some water, take whatever you need. We are going to go into our weighted front lunges. So if for whatever reason front lunges don't work for you, they can feel sometimes a little much on the knees. You always are welcome to do a reverse lunge. So we're going to grab our weights. We're going to hold our weights on the outer edge. You can always, of course, use 2 weights. That's always an option. And when you go into these alternating front lunges, you want to make sure that your pelvis is neutral. You're not arching through the low back. Okay. All right. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Keeping that knee stacked right above the ankle. That back knee kind of drops down. Nice and steady here. 15 seconds to go. No need to rush. 10 seconds left. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Nice job. Fantastic. Whew. Fantastic. Well done. All right. Next, we're going to be going into our single leg, single arm, 45-degree scaption. Grab your weights. Right hand lifts, left leg balances. Right arm lifts, left leg lifts. Right leg balances the body. Externally rotate the arm and start to lift. Now, if you find yourself kind of shifting to kind of lift, you might have too heavy of a weight. If that's the case, go down a little bit. Good. Beautiful. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Well done. Excellent. Shake that right arm out. We'll go ahead and balance into our left leg. Grab some water. You got about 8 seconds. Lift up that right foot. Externally rotate the left arm. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Just notice here, and I'm only mentioning this because I'm actually noticing a lot of core stabilization here. As I'm trying to lift, I can feel my core almost pulling the rest of my body back from wanting to kind of shift over to the left side or to tumble over to the right. So it's such great work on the core as well. Good. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds left. You got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Well done. Rest. Good job. All right. So our next one's going to be our side reach with our side lunge with our row, or our reach. We're going to be alternating. We're going to reach out, come back through center, reach out. Go ahead and grab your weights. If you don't want to do the up and down, you can always stay in that isometric lunge and do some rows, okay? All right, here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. Reach down and back. Now this back leg is not locked. I've got a micro bend in through the knee. I'm not pressing my knee back. As I'm landing my leading leg here, of course, I'm always thinking about that knee placement. Also not, like I've got my hand on my thigh, but I'm not pressing in through my hand to kind of facilitate a lift again, using my core and my glutes. All right, 10 seconds left. Beautiful. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. Whew. Did those and those on our warm up, and it just feels great to kind of stretch out the inner thigh. I don't know. I really enjoy that. All right, 5 seconds left. We're going to do the other side. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Beautiful. So because we're taking our time today, let this be an opportunity to just check in a little bit, be a little bit more aware of your posture, kind of notice how your shoulder is, really kind of keeping everything nice and stable. Good. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. There's just an opportunity to slow it down and check in. Nice job, guys. All right. Next, we've got our front raises to our flies. Go ahead and adjust your weights. I'm going to step a little bit off my mat so I don't hit the wall. So from here, we want to bring our feet about hip distance apart, hinge from the hips, bend in from the knees. Make sure your back is nice and long. Oftentimes we round into the back. I really want you to feel long and strong through the back and keep your abs pulled in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Lift and open. Lift and open. So one little tidbit, notice if you've got equal distribution through the feet. You find yourself maybe favoring one side over the other. Try to see if you can distribute that. It could be such a subtle feeling too, that you notice, oh, one side, it's got a little bit more weight into it than the other. Beautiful. Good. 10 seconds left, we're almost there. Beautiful. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Fantastic. Excellent. Beautiful. All right, we're going to go ahead and grab our weights. We're going to do our alternating hammer curls. Jean, hopefully you'll get through the rest of this. We should be on time to finish up before you have to leave. So hammer curls, go ahead and grab your weights. We're going to do the single leg again. So we add a little bit of challenge to the balance. Here we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alternate sides. I was teaching indoor cycling, which, by the way, I'm going to be starting a 4 or 6 week program soon, where I'm going to be recording my top 4 or 6, I haven't decided yet, classes, my favorite classes of all time. And we're making that available to everyone. But when I used to teach indoor cycling, which I think most of you have been to my classes, to teach it in zone 3, this kind of steady state effort. 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. And I think we only did one side. I didn't switch sides. All right, we'll be all right. All right, next we're gonna come into our all fours position for our glute kickbacks. And you can do this standing. You can do this on the floor in all fours. So let's make our way down. So when I was teaching indoor cycling, I'm sure, Jean, you've taken my endurance rides. And we used to stay in this really nice steady state. We never went up too high. We never went down too low. We were pretty consistent throughout the whole thing. And that's really a little bit of what we're trying to replicate here. Certainly not with the same level of intensity, because cycling's a little different than weightlifting, but that same idea. So let's go ahead and lengthen the spine, extend the right leg long, lift it up, and then bend in through the knee and flex in through the heel and start to pulse it up. Hip bones are going to be facing down towards the ground. So I was riding in my car a few weeks ago and really had this overwhelming urge to start going back into indoor cycling. I miss it so much. And I used to be so much of everything I did every day. So I decided, well, why not? Let's do some classes. Let's add them to some YouTube videos, and we'll get my top 4 or 6 classes out there and see, maybe you guys can use it on your time off. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna extend our leg and pulse and pulse. Keep going for 10, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest your knee down. Fantastic. Give your glute and your back a little stretch. Excellent.
Not
all right.
Cycling because you stopped counting.
I know. I'm sorry. I realized that was a minute. All right, let's go ahead and extend your left leg. I'm not going to talk anymore. Reach it up, bend into your knee, flex into your heel, and let's go. But hopefully it distracted you enough that you didn't think of the time. Anne's like, no. All right, keep going for 5. Then we're going to do the other side. 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend your leg, flex your heel. Here we go. 20 seconds. You got it. Good, good, good. 11. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Nice job. Give your glutes and your back a little stretch. All right. Kneeling position, we're going to go into our overhead tricep extension. So go ahead and grab your weights. Coming up on to your knees, your toes are slightly curled under, our back is neutral, arms extend overhead. Try not to lock into the shoulders, let them be soft. 3, 2, 1, and down, and left. Beautiful. And same thing here, 30 seconds to go. Notice if you've got one side that's tending to do a little bit more work than the other. Try to distribute that effort. 20 seconds left, keep going. Good, good, good. 10. You've got it. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic, awesome. All right, set that weight off to the side. We're gonna do our Russian twists. We're gonna do our crunches and cocoons, and then we're gonna finish off with our bicycles. All righty, so if you didn't do a weight on that first round, maybe you wanna try for this round. It's entirely up to you. Heel for me, I was gonna stay down onto the ground. You can lift them if you want to. Knees, hips, and ankles aligned. Spine is nice and long. Let's go ahead, lean back, keep that back long. You're leaning right back into your sits bones, past your sits bones, and start your rotations. Good, 30 to go. You got it. 15 to go. Remember, shoulders are rotating because you're rotating through the trunk. Good, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Nice job. Well done. All right, we got 90 seconds left. Let's come down onto our back. Feet are up at 90 degrees. Hands are interlaced behind the head. Starting with our regular crunches here. 3, 2, 1, and lift. Chin's lifted. Let the head feel heavy. Pulling through the abs. So it's like you're pulling in from the navel. All right, here we go. We're gonna go into our cocoons. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Lift and back. It's like you've got that slight lift of the sacrum off the ground. Good, good, good. Keep going. Excellent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good job. Fantastic. All right, feet remain flat on the floor, knees are bent. We're gonna go into our rotations, then we'll go into our bicycles. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Rotate, alternating sides for 20. Then we'll bring our legs up. You've got it. Beautiful. 5 seconds left. We're gonna bring it into bicycles for 20. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Good. 15. Beautiful. This is it, guys. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Fantastic. Well done. Woo. Nice job. Well done. All right. Let's go ahead and reach for our strap. We're going to do our stretching portion of class right now. Let me get our hamstrings stretched in right away. As we're lying down the floor, we'll get a little bit of hip flexors in. If there's something else that you feel like your body needs, please let me know. And I'll be glad to add that into our stretch for today. So go ahead and make your way down on your back. You can place both feet at the base, the strap on the base of the soles of the feet. Feet are slightly flexed. And again, here, we're gonna practice this idea of self-regulation, finding that edge, but not going beyond that edge. Let your sacrum soften, let your shoulders soften. When we kind of bring ourselves into a space where we can let go a little bit, in fact, we're even giving ourselves an opportunity to add a little bit of space. So see what you can do here. Let your body rest and quiet down. Fantastic. Go ahead and stretch out your left leg long if that feels okay in your back. If it doesn't, go ahead and keep your left knee slightly bent. We're going to take that strap into our right hand, and you want to begin here with your hip nicely aligned with your femur joint, and then go into your hip opener, your inner thigh opener, sorry. So you want to just make sure that everything's nicely aligned. And if you find yourself kind of letting that leg drip down a little bit, see if you can maybe come back into alignment, but maybe that might require you not to go down so far. That left hip wants to stay, wants to lift and go with you, but you want to keep that down. Don't want any rotation through the lumbar area. Terrific. And then go ahead and slowly make your way back up through center. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that leg over to the left side, switching over the grip of your strap into the left hand. Open up towards the left. So that right arm is extended just to offer a little counterbalance. And then you're going to take that right leg and cross it over your midline. There is a slight rotation through the lumbar area here, through the thoracic and the lumbar area. So your right hip is lifted off the ground. Wonderful. Let's make our way back in through center. Take the left foot, bring it into the strap, and release the right leg long. We'll do the exact same thing on the other side. So starting with your left leg aligned with the hip, and then go ahead and open up towards the left. And just anchoring down into that right hip. And then slowly make our way back in through center. Take that left leg back in and cross over your midline. Extend the left arm out long, just as a counterbalance, keeping both shoulders down. Terrific, and then come back through center. Great job. All right, let's take the strap away. And we're gonna come into a reclining butterfly here. So feet come back to neutral. Back is nice and neutral. Feet are aligned with the knee and the hip. I'm gonna go ahead and bring our feet, so the soles of the feet come together, and then gently start to open up through the hips here. So the knees are gonna kind of flare out. If this doesn't feel good at all in the back, then go down, bring your feet back up, and maybe knock your knees together to give your hips and your back a little bit of a release. So just exercise that decision that works best for you. Try to find a few deep breaths here just to release the hip flexors, release and calm the body, and just allow the inner thighs to stretch as well as the hip to open. Terrific. Let's slowly, you can take your hands on the outer edges of the thighs and slowly bring your legs in towards center. Great job. Bring both knees in towards your heart with this idea of lengthening the tailbone and the low back. And then we're going to place our feet down on the floor and slightly lift our pelvis about 2 to 3 inches off, and then shift your pelvis over to the left, bringing your knees together and twisting your knees towards the right side, opening up the heart into a strong T. I'm just doing a supine twist here. A nice way to stretch out and rotate through the spine, which is always nice to kind of move our body in all different areas, ranges of motion. Terrific. And then when you're ready, slowly make your way back in through center. Feet presses into the floor, lift the pelvis, and then shift it back through center, and then shift it over again towards the left side, the right side. And then we'll twist our knees towards the left. Chest will remain open. Beautiful. All right, slowly make your way back in through center. Excellent. Feet will press into the floor. Bring your sits bone, your low back to center. I'm going to rotate onto our all fours. And we're going to go into a little hip opener next. So from a kneeling position, we're going to bring our right foot forward. Now, if you've got any discomfort in your back knee, feel free to kind of either do one of two things. You can pad the knee by placing another, towel underneath, or you can roll your mat up, or you can lean in a little further where the weight is not directly on the patella. If none of this works, then you can raise your foot up off the floor. So from here, we're going to bring that right foot leaning in, but again, we're practicing the art of finding our edge without forcing our body here. This is one of those stretches. I've said it so many times. Just go into it really full force, and it could actually have a emotional response to our nervous system. If we go in too heavy too fast, it can cause a little bit of that feeling of a little bit of that stress feeling. So we want to come into this with a lot of softness. Beautiful. Now from here, let's go ahead and we're going to place both hands on the inside of the right arch. Toe heel your feet so that it kind of comes out closer to the outer edge of the mat. And then just gently let your right knee kind of fall open. You may find your sole of your foot lifting off the ground and your body, your foot resting on the outer edge of the right foot. It's going to open up the hip a little more. Try to keep your shoulders nice and engaged and your back long. Great. Come back through center. You can toe heel your foot over, and then we'll come back into center. Bring your right foot back, and then we'll take our left foot forward. Do the same thing on the other side. Again, just find whatever works for your knee. Leaning into it, finding that opening through the right hip. And just relaxing into it. Terrific. And then let's come with both hands on the inside of the arch of the left foot. We'll toe heel our feet a little bit to the outer edge. Back is long, shoulders are engaged, and we're just going to let our left hip open up. Gonna pull that foot off the ground, like kind of lifting the sole of the foot off the ground. Try to distribute the weight nicely through the hands. Back is long. And then come back in through center. Toe heel the foot back. Great, and then we'll bring that left foot back and we'll press back into child's pose. Big toes together, drop the hips down. We're gonna rest our arms nice and softly at our sides, just giving our back a nice little stretch here. I'm gonna take about 3 or 4 breaths here, and we'll make our way slowly to standing. Wonderful. And let's slowly make our way onto all fours, and then we can curl our toes under, press back, walk our hands towards our feet if we want to. However you want to get up, slowly roll yourself up and bring yourself to a standing position. Nice job. All right, let's go ahead and grab our right foot with our right hand, rolling the right shoulder back, grabbing onto that right foot. We're going to open up through the right quad. You can always hold on to a wall. Of course, the closer you get your foot in towards your glute, the more you're going to feel this one through the front of the foot. Again, we're exercising this idea of finding our edge and not going beyond that point. So just if it doesn't feel comfortable to pull it in, don't. You want to think about lengthening through the front. You can even just doing this in our mind's eye by reaching down to that right knee down towards the ground. It's going to kind of add that little different element of sensation through the front of the thigh. Terrific. And release. Nice job. Shake that out. And do the same thing on the left side. Go ahead and grab that left foot. Wonderful. And go ahead and release. Fantastic. Shake that out. Well done. Let's go ahead and grab, we're going to inhale and bring our right arm up overhead and reach that right hand so that we're reaching down towards the shoulder blades and reaching up through the right elbow. We're going to hook on our left hand towards our right elbow, giving our triceps a little stretch, keeping our ribs down so we're not popping up. Back is not arched. Nice job. And then release. Fantastic. And let's do the same thing on the other side. Lift up with the left arm, bring that left hand down and back. I'm going to hook the right hand onto the elbow, reaching with that left elbow up towards the sky. And rest. Fantastic. Great job. All right, let's take a nice big inhale and exhale to close it off for today. When you're ready, we'll begin to breathe. Let's take a couple of these. Breathe in and exhale, hands to heart. And maybe one more. Breathe in and exhale, hands to heart. And give yourself a round of applause. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming today. I'm so glad we got to train today together. I hope you have a great day. And I look forward to seeing you again.